point in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. He's got great speed. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
There's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Pocket breaking down. Still running at the 40. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on fourth down, and it pays off there.
That just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical fourth down and execute.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
And the Noles are marching down the field. The toss to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't.
Unleashes one deep. It's broken up and almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. To the air, it's Klubnik. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Tigers in the hurry-up. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Just a short pass to the tight end. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Got a little space. Breaks into the open. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
You got to keep winning. Now, when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top 15. So, David, as they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend with their talent and play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The give out of the gun. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And after having a nice gain like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He makes it grab.
Every time we speak to defenses before this guy. They all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So a drive there of 82 yards. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Coming out with it, it's Singleton. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll try the run. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Castellanos. Under fire. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That's a big-time play on the D-line right there. And listen, you know, they've had a lot of NFL guys in recent years up front. William the Fridge Perry, old-school Clemson great on the D-line. He'd be proud of watching that performance on that last play. This guy right here, man, sometimes he just looks like a throwback.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Stands in and takes the hit. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just on the same page with this target.
And the Seminoles decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Grabs it in the middle. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43. Clemson jumps to the line. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Second down coming up. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Gets it to him on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
The offense changing the play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone
it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tiger.
And I tell you what, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Miami is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sebastian isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 11 over Syracuse. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
On the move, it's Ocha. They push it out to the 39 after picking up 5. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warwick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
No, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
The Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run play action. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Power football with the run. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Noles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Touchdown, Seminoles! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilkinson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Fires left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
First down for the offense.
From the gun, the ground game. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Clemson is quick to the line.
Second down.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Right down the middle. He's got it. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Used the play fake, now to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Soft spot in the middle. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, the running back looking for room. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to the well. Oh, he's got some. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
But how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. He's going to sling it into the heart of the field. Oh, he had him The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. You felt as if there might be a huge play coming when he got out and got loose to the left. Heaved it downfield, but couldn't quite make a connection.
And your brain has to switch immediately when you're playing defense and that QB gets outside the pocket. I got to understand my scramble rules. I got to understand now. I start running towards where I'm at. The other side of the field, I got to start getting to the middle of the field, understanding what the receivers are doing. Nice job by the defense being able to react to the quarterback once he got outside the pocket.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his feet to buy time. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Seminoles will punt it away on fourth down. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it in for 40. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Working the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Clemson.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Florida State.
And the field goal unit is on the field. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Oh, and the attempt is no good. The lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
Man, that kicker came inches away from hitting a PB. That thing almost cleared the crossbar. Wow.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Rushes on him. Quarterback gets enough. At the 40, there he goes. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
They're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. There he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. It's complete to the right. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. They get to him as he throws. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. With the catch, it's McCoy. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Seminoles want to move quickly.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining the ball over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. And the Seminoles with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that.
Turning it on. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has his offense on the move. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that standard week in, week out, Clemson's going to be really tough to beat.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. From the gun, the running back has it. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Clemson! And the route is on. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. On the option. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Singleton. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard.
Breaks into the open on the left. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now they're got it. And he will score. Touchdown, no.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell the quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Really good balance on that last drive. He just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. I don't know that there's anything more demoralizing to an offense than the fumble. I know the defense makes plays, but sometimes they just seem so unnecessary or sloppy.
And I think the offensive coordinator now has some decisions to have to make. Oftentimes, Reese, we see running backs fumble, they get benched. Well, this offense, they're not going to bench this guy because of his talent. But how many more times do you trust him to carry the football on design quarterback runs after that fumble?
To throw, it's Castellanos. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got him downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Trying to turn the corner on the right. Plows through the defense. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton.
Breaks into the open. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Florida State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in his quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Might be calling a hot route. To the air. It's Klubnik. He's got it. And he was running with authority, especially with that stiff arm for a solid gain on the play. The Tigers will hustle to the line. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Randall. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Working that left side. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
He'll pull it on the read. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding this. That QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
We've reached a break. Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking for room. It's Randall. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Here's the give off the left side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if he can find some room behind the left tackle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see.
Oh, he's got some space. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Takes the handoff. It's Ochuk. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get...
There he goes! They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Throws to the wideout. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. He wants to throw it again. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
He'll ride his man on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that just just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
And the Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Denson. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense.
Check. White 18, Rocky switch. Set.
Sends it back in motion. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And they get him down. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. And the Tigers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Goes to the option. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Check. White 94, Snyder choice. White 94.
Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. Looking for a man. It's Denson. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. That's the kind of skill that makes guys stars. The improvisational skills, the blinding speed, the ability to make the big play and make defenses look sick.
Just straight silly. I mean, what do you want me to do? You put a guy that's that athletic, that fast at the quarterback spot. Now you're telling me to defend the run, defend the pass, defend the scrambles. I mean, goodness gracious. I don't know what you want a defense to do. There's no stopping that guy.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And It's difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go.
I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Moving away from pressure. He's going to take off. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the catch. It's McCoy. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side